All right. Good there. Loading. These things. Close that. Hey, Ryan. Hey, Bullen. Real quick before I get everything going, I gotta go get some water. We gotta do a oh. Yeah, doing a bit of an early stream because it's the best time I got to work on this stuff. Pop it over real quick while I dig out some paints. I need. Well, actually, the one brown would probably be pretty good, I think. Okay. Then we need slightly brighter. What the heck is this? I have like hard to explain. It's like a yellowish brown. Good for dry brushing up. God forbid I could find it. Burnt. It's almost kind of like the primer color that I use for. Hey there, raw sienna. That's what. I want to make it into a 2014. Are you talking about the Haya or doing it like with the Playmates? Real quick, let me share this. Playmates. I think the only thing would be getting the spines right, because I don't know, at least off the top of my head, anything in that scale that you could swap the spines out with. Although you could probably get like an easy thing to do and maybe get some Warbler. Then you can cut them out and heat them up and stick them on. Or you can sculpt it. Where did my Discord go? Also, not sure why I'm going into the Discord. I do that every time. I'll pop into the Discord thinking that I can share it in the Discord. I'm like, I have to actually find the video. Finding the video share helps a lot. You can cut them, but the thickness would be weird. If you're shaving, unless you, I guess if you're shaving the sides too, what have you, it'd work. I just worry about it looking clean. Oh, sweet. Alrighty. Well, I guess I'll swap it over to the messy table. Still haven't moved around the stuff yet. I'm hoping to get that today. Still looking around. Oh, it's back here. Back your drink. I need you. Hey, buddies, all. Got King Contra on today. So what I'm planning on doing here real quick is I want to finish this guy because I hopefully want to get him ready to get out tomorrow so I can paint him now, clear him tonight. Paint will be hard enough by then. And then ship him out tomorrow. Is the hope. So we cleaned up the tummy so it doesn't have the blue on it. But now it stands out in comparison to everything else because this has like the brown wash and everything over it. So I'll do the brown wash and then I'll probably do a little bit of a light dry brushing over it just to hit some of the spots a little bit harder. I'm thinking this brown kind of looks like that brown. A little bit of water already in here. Take a little bit of that. Quite a bit of that. That brush will probably do fine. On the Calcus channel, I was kind of found out the oh, for the shop? Yeah, I think it's only a couple people that actually run it. If that's what you're trying to say. It's not like a full-fledged like corporation. They're like Awesome Collector and a few of the other guys. I think it's just like an individual that runs a shop. This looks a little bit more red. Gotcha. Actually, that does look pretty good. Hey, you gotta start somewhere, man. And to be honest, some of the knockoff stuff's pretty sweet anyway, so I wouldn't take it too hard personally. Trying to see how this is gonna lay down on this. I want to go a little thicker with the water. Yeah, it's a little different the way they did the new ones. Okay. There we go. That's a little better. I want to make sure I don't get it in the blue, but I really want to get it in the crevice's stomach and the arms because that was where we hit. And then the one little trick too is if you're not 100% on the colors being quite right matching with the rest of the body, just run the paint over the rest of the body. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, because I want to say it's two people that run it because I know the person that was running their Facebook is a different individual. Just from experience. How's it going, buddy? Oh, that's sweet. I haven't personally got to customize anything for the new ones yet. I'm sure once we start getting, like, once the highs really start coming in, I'll probably be doing some more. Because for the most part, at least for commissions, I don't get too much of like the playmates or whatever. I get people asking about the playmates, but at least as of late, I haven't really had a lot of spare time just to kind of like do things randomly. It's up for pre-order. You can get it through CalcusToys.com. You guys would like to check the link in the description. You can save 6% off your order with code Steve Calcus at checkout. And they do free shipping, which is really nice because in comparison to like Haya, I think because Calcus, I will admit, is slightly more expensive than if you're going to order from Haya, but because Haya charges really, really high shipping costs, it is actually a lot cheaper to go through them instead of the Haya. Any of that wash on the top of the body. Probably should have put a paper towel on the bottom, but I'm committed now. I'll just wipe it up afterwards. I think it's high. You're looking at like 20, it's like 20, 30 bucks to ship. Doing good. Having a solid day so far. Got to eat some breakfast, played with the child for a few. My wife's home right now, so I can work on this stuff. A little bit more of that wash on here. I'm gonna go a little heavy, hair dry it, and then I'll go back through and wipe it up a little bit. And work on doing that light dry brushing. Oh, nice. You got a huge one? I have to admit, I'm sort of a collector myself. Oh, to be fair, it doesn't matter if you got a couple of Godzilla figures or you got hundreds of them. All collectors in the end. I remember some guy. Oh, I remember he challenged my collection. He's like, "Oh, I have a large collection. It's just X pluses. Makes my collection better than yours." He's like, "Playmates and stuff doesn't count," and it's like they're not worth anything. Like, I don't know. Some of those playmates can get even the playmates get kind of pricey. I've had playmate. There's playmates that are worth more than most Bandai vinyls. Even just stateside stuff in general. That was even a question because I'm like, I got like Treadmasters, Marmots, Kyotos, Monster Arts. We got some designer stuff here. I guess you can't really count Treadmasters, but just like how expensive they are nowadays to get a hold of. I'm like, I got little play sets that go for go for a lot more than a lot of the X pluses. Want to come at me? Hey, Apex. They do ship to other places. It depends where you're located. Like, you'd have to check on the website, but they do ship internationally. I know that for a fact. Because I try to do like a bunch of promoting, but if it helped you out, I would double check, but I would imagine they would. I think it's like some like small countries they can't really ship to. I would think Germany they do though. Right now just doing a little bit of a brown wash over this figure, just kind of blend the colors from when I got removed the blue. It turned those sections just into pure gray, and we can't have that. So I'm doing a bit of a wash to introduce a little bit of browns, and then we'll do a little bit of dry brushing. Although over the heads, I got to be a little strategic because I don't want it to get into the blues. But yeah, everything here is just mainly blend the colors and give them a little bit more depth. Now hit it with the airbrush, or not the airbrush, the hairbrush to heat it up. Get this paint dried. Let's see where we're at from there. I might have to remove some of the wash. It's looking like the way it's laying down right now, I'll probably be alright. It's depending on... Sometimes with my washes, they can be a little thick. It's like one of those things I still have a little bit of a hard time getting like the right consistency the first time go. It's just paint. Use a little bit of paint, quite a bit of water. Alright, that should be alrighty. Where's that hair dryer? Yeah, that's a good special color. Between the two, I definitely, that would be the one I would much prefer. What are your top 5 original MonsterVerse kaijus? Oh yeah, Bargan's probably the best looking kaiju in that movie, to be fair. For GMK? Top 5, I'll be honest, it's probably a lot of the main ones. Like I like Shimo and Scar King were cool. I like the mood. I actually really like the Mudo designs. Goldcrawler was sweet. And then probably... I'm gonna be boring. I'm gonna go with Doug. I like Doug. Well, to be fair, bootleggers just took a NECA and painted it. it's hard to say that they really got ahead of the game when it's not even the right mold. Yeah, personally, I seen it, was hesitant to order it just for like channel purposes, but I ain't got time for that. I still kind of want to, but it's just like I'm lazy. I'm like, instead of ordering, can I just paint it myself and then we can just be like, hey, look, it's the boot. Like, all right, real quick, I'll mute the mic for right now just to do this part. I thought they looked pretty solid. The customs that you sent me. Like I said, with some, I would probably do a little bit of dry brushing on them just to smooth out some of the lines. But I think you're definitely on the right track with them. That's for sure. Whoa! Knocking paint off the thing. All right, one more time. Favorite figure I own is still my Imperial Godzilla. The 12-inch one. It's still my favorite thing. It's that, my MP10, and my Soul Shigoken Gypsy. They're my top three. Yeah, you're talking about the original trailer? The one with the jump, and then you can see Godzilla coming out of the smoke. 100 be cool. Or almost a 50. Need 900 more subscribers and we'll be at 50. A little bit of wet here and there. Look at that brush hanging out. Ah, la, la, la. What the heck just went down my leg? I knocked down one of the joints. Head pieces, I think I did. That's weird. Yeah, it might just be crazy. I felt something roll down my leg. I don't know what it was. Because all the pieces look like it's here. For this, because there's 3 pieces for the neck, right? 3 segments, and then, yeah. Okay. Weird. I don't know what that was. It's going solid in America. It's starting to warm up a bit. People actually go outside and do things now. That's so cool you're saving up for that 2019. If you didn't have the... Oh, thank you for subscribing. Got 2 subscribers. Thank you for Matt Sheep. Appreciate it. If you didn't already have that the special colored, I would just get the Haya. But because you have the special colored, I'll be honest, they're about the same size. Honestly, you can probably get away with the Haya and save some money. Oh god, you had snow? Oh yeah, I'd believe it. Alright, so we got the brown wash on. Hopefully you guys can see better, but now the Tum Tum is looking similar to everything else, which is what we were aiming for. It's still slightly wet, because some of the recesses, it's still plonking out of here a little bit, which is gonna happen. Honestly, I'd like a little more of the chest here. I didn't really sit the way I want to around here. All right, let's try that. Top three for me would be 62 Shin Godzilla and I'm gonna go with 84 as of right now. It's between 84 and 2000, like 99, 2000 suit. To be fair, it's back in my day, growing up. I remember one April when I was a kid, right around my birthday. We had, I think it was almost like 3 feet of snow. It was insane. At least in my mind, for back then, it was 3 feet because I remember going outside and making a cave going out my front door. We haven't had one of that bad since, but living in Michigan, it definitely it just snows randomly. I've had snow in May here once. It would be cool to get the 14 playmates. It's a possibility because they still have the legendary rights. Alrighty, so now that we're past this part, everything's got a bit of a wash on it. Everything's starting to match. Looking better. I just want to hit it with a little bit of a lighter color. Just kind of build up a little bit of layers. So we're going to take some raw sienna, a little bit of this Naples. I lied. We're probably not going to use the Naples. This, I think, is more what I'm looking for. And it's going to be really lightly dry brushing it. Just to get a little bit more color out of it. Just so he's got a little bit of that dirty look. So I'm not going super heavy. This is going to be like one nice, quick, dirty little pass. Don't mind me, I saw some wash get into the linked into the white. We don't want that. Just one quick dirty pass with this color. So it's just hitting some areas. It's mainly I kind of want it on the tail. Whatnot, just to color that a bit. Same thing with these pieces here. Quick little brush. Give it a little more color. The sandy look, it's kind of like I said, for the most part, it's kind of like what I'm doing here. Honestly, the highest painted pretty well, all things considered, because usually a lot of them will have it already has like the dry brushing and whatever. But if you want like the colors to be more in the spikes, yeah, you just do a wash, let it dry, and then afterwards you could take a paper towel with some alcohol on it, and then just wipe it over the figure lightly. And then that'll remove the wash over the high points, but keep that sandy color in the crevices. Hey, Godzilla. Alright, I think that looks good. Hey, Art. Getting it done. Need to find where I had the photos. I have photos already set aside to kind of get the gist of the coloring I'm going for. But take a little bit of this. Yeah, it's a high. Yeah. Hit some of these higher edges a little bit with this lighter color. What this will do is just brighten it up a little bit to give it, oh, what Ryan was asking earlier, give it a little bit of that sandy look to it. You don't want to go, but you want to be really light with it, because if it goes on too thick, it's going to end up kind of like this leg here, and I'm going to rub it back down to kick it down. But really like the scaly bits are. Is what I want to hit a little with this. What's it called? Liquitex paint. It's unbleached titanium. The color. It's kind of like an off-white. But if you just do a little bit over top of this gray, it just really helps to like highlight it. But not like offensively changes the color. Yeah, I know Berserk. I can get down with some Berserk. They actually got a new anime coming out. Is it this year or next year? That was way too much paint. It around here. On the quick bits of the tail. To really highlight that arch shell. Like I said, I tend to leave the softer bits, like the undersection of the tail, the back of the legs, alone. But kind of like that. The edges are a little bit more pronounced now. Stomach doesn't stand out. I like it. Hope you like it, Art. Have you or do you plan to see Abigail? Oh, maybe. Jessica really likes the horror movies, so might check it out that way. I know there's a was it Imaginary? That looked kind of interesting. Oh, you got the mask. The mask is pretty sweet. A little too heavy. Good. The hedges. A little bit of brushing just to heighten everything. Nice thing about these guys, it's pretty much you can do a pretty quick and dirty paint job, and it'll get this. It'll get it done. Although looking at that, I gotta try to match that eye really quick. Some of the colors come off. Looks like when I did the gray, it might have came on a little bit there. Real quick without too much fuss. One. Oh, yep, there we go. Solve that problem real quick. That looks good again. Got a little bit of that wash in it. So he's pretty much all set then. So scaling is heightened a little bit. He's got a little bit more of a brush over. So he looks a little bit more brown, a little bit more dirty. If you'd like to see it together. There we go. Get back on there. But like so. Still got to clear it, but I don't want to attach it too hard. Honestly, though, I know you're probably gonna want to pose it around, but I'd almost have it like this, like keep it in the roaring. Or it looks really good like that. Well, to be fair, the NECA, they had like the creases and the little lightning bolts going like all over the place when they did theirs. And they also wanted done the layering for the paint either. It's pretty much just two-tone on theirs. Ah, looks good. Down here for now. And these guys, because they're dry, but definitely want to let them sit for a while just to make sure they harden. Sorry, I had to cough. Yeah, it's definitely gets you in the feels a bit in Berserk. It's one of the OGs for doing that. There's a lot of those like animes that'll hit you in the feels. Like I remember watching Plastic Memories. Oh my god. Oh. Okay, the other thing I want to do is kind of work on this guy a little bit more. Because last stream we got the tail section pretty well set up. Tummy's fairly good. Next is doing the giant spikes on the back piece here. Yeah, we got the eclipse. It's just certain cities, states could see it better. Like from where I live, it got dark, but you couldn't really get a good glimpse of it covering the actual sun. It was definitely eerie outside for a good 30 minutes. Oh yeah, for sure. Those are some of those animes, like even a teenager, it's hard to prepare. Like that guy's a dick. The thing that sucks about Berserk is there's not like the anime is never really completed, and then the CG one's kind of so. At least the actual show, the movies were fine. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I was gonna say I remember the name for sure. All right, so I kind of got to figure out where at least a couple of these giant spikes are gonna go. Also, if I got enough epoxy putty to even do it, I got more on the way. I think I got enough to wrap this guy up. But I'm gonna have to take a couple of drill a couple of holes and put some paper clips in just so if this was for me, I probably wouldn't worry about it because it's not going to go anywhere. But because I have to ship the thing, I have to put some supports in here. So if something bumps into the spikes, it's not just going to pop them off. Because it'll be fairly solid up here. But because I didn't do this all as one piece, it could pop off from this pre-existing part. I know if I was going to do it, I would probably sculpt them. Like I would just take an Exacto blade, remove all the spines, probably keep the tail, but the big spines for sure, and then take some epoxy putty and just resculpt them. Yeah, because even the manga's not. Well, the manga's done now, I think. But yeah, none of the anime's ever finished. Hey, J74. So, I got a Dremel. I have two picks. I know I have those one things. They probably were good enough. Hiding under a Zilla right now. Oh, really? Because I figured they'd have epoxy for modeling. Heck, it's the same stuff that they use for uh for plumbing, like plumbing countertops. Use epoxy putty for that too. The other thing I would say, Warbler would work all right for you. That I would think would be harder to get a hold of though. Okay, I got these dudes. Not the most flexible thing, but all it's going to do is just give it a little bit of solid support on the inside. I think I need a little bit of a bigger drill bit though. I wish. I think I gotta go actually pick up some more paper clips. It's been like years since I had to rebuy my box. I think we're at that point. Let's change the head. If I can find a slightly big one. Somewhere in here. Hey, you look right. Too big. You know, I just got rid of that, but second glance, there it is. Give me that one. I want this one. Think, anyways. I don't want it too big because I don't want it wiggling around. Oh, yeah, I guess the first one. First one was probably would have worked. Have a go, Bolin. Now, the actual fun part is making sure I got these in the right spot. Guess I could probably look at the photos. I need to know how many spikes I should be trying to fit on this thing. I think there's been chit-chatting with the dude that working on this, so it's like there's more in the chat than what it previously was. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna aim for 5. Yeah, 5 seems like a good number. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I did see that trailer. Got a toothbrush around here. Something to brush off. Oh. Oh, hell, ain't that good epoxy. Ugh. Now, take this wherever my wire cutters are. Because again, you can't come to this prepared. Not how we roll around here. See a pair of scissors. There we go. Hiding underneath all the paint. I'm sorry. I had some time to work on this. And what these are is just ornament hooks. I got them really cheap after Christmas. And they're about the same size as paper clips, and some of the stuff I don't have to. I would like to go back to bed, but because of the child, I don't get the luxury of that. It's pretty much once she wakes up, I'm up. Naps are a thing of the past. Because even when she's taking a nap, I have a hard time just like laying down. I'll be up till I gotta go to bed tonight. Well, thanks, Godzilla fan. Well, to be fair, Godzilla's teeth shouldn't be white. Like, for colors that I use, I mainly use, like, the same unbleached titanium that I use for dry brushing on the skin we just did. I use that for teeth a lot. Or... So I'll use that. And this, which is like a raw sienna. Because you can use this at the base to kind of be your tartar. And then you just lightly go over it with the unbleached titanium. And then that'll flesh out the actual, like, teeth colors. Yeah, no, I'd love to go back to bed. It's supposed to be actually not too bad around here. It's supposed to be like in the 50s. I was thinking about taking Casey to the park to let her run around for a bit after I get done with here. What was nice about these is I can bend them, so I can bend it to the shape pretty easy. Oh yeah, it's a little after 9:30, 9:46 or over here. I am Eastern Standard Time. I think Emu's near an hour before me, right? Okay, so now got a bunch of wires hanging out of them. Gotta gauge how high I want them. Because this initial spike doesn't need to be super high, right around here, but then These ones, oh, actually, it might be a lot. It gets pretty high. Probably keep them high, and then start dropping it for the third ones. Sometimes I try to be a little cleaner with these, but like I said, I gotta clean this table off today anyway. So we're just gonna let them fly. Oh yeah, and you're complete other spectrum. Oh sweet. Then these are gonna bend just a little bit. Well, at least some of them. Okay, well, we got the sports in. Now I can put some gloves on, mix up some clay, and then we're just pretty much making peaks and call it a day. They're not most overtly detailed things. Make peaks and make them look like they're attached to each other. All right. We're gonna need quite a bit of putty for this, which is good because like I said, I'm almost out. A little more than that, I think. Hey, gamer. I have no idea what Loki's is. I'm gonna be honest. That's a new one to me. Sucks when you get to the bottom because it's so hard to scoop the stuff out. Because I think this is the hardening agent. This isn't too bad to get out, but the regular stuff it looks more like clay on the inside. This stuff attaches to everything. Oh, that's how it is with everybody though. Like my voice, the way I talk, like what I'm hearing right now, does not sound the same as when I listen to it over something. Yeah, no, if you can get yourself some followers, always work something out. One thing I would say don't expect is that getting free stuff is very few and far between, even for me. Like, honestly, I think I'm kind of lucky that they're sending me stuff. Because I've worked with definitely much bigger companies, and I get jack. Yeah, it looks about the same. Hey, Bullen, welcome back. Yeah, start early. Sooner you start, the easier it's gonna be. Well, I mean, just companies in general. Like a lot of them, even if they want to work with you, it's usually a lot of what I get. It's either they'll send you stuff that doesn't even remotely pertain to the channel, or generally you might see some revenue. Like a lot of the like stores, when you're working with them, they usually do. You get like a commission for per sales, and usually you still have to pay for the figures for most of it. Oh, fun! We got a Discord. It's attached to our Patreon. Or promoting. It's what we do. Oh, she's watching Harry Potter? I can never get into Harry Potter personally. Really, growing up, I've seen most of them in theaters, and I've seen them with different girls while I was dating. This is kind of like where I was dating the year it came out. We went and saw it. Oh, nice. Well, it's still morning over here. We're starting to creep into the afternoon. Well, not afternoon, but later morning over here. Actually, if anything, I thought you guys would be more on the afternoon now. But what I'm doing here is I'm just mixing this stuff up. It's two parts. So the one part is the hardener. The other part's the clay. When you mix it together, it starts curing. So this will get harder over time. But you don't need to heat it up. You don't need to do anything. It'll harden all by itself, which is good and bad because while you're working with it, it's hardening. So you got to be quick and kind of know. Like this, you already got to have your game plan set up before you even start messing with this. Like as soon as you get this ready, you got to be into attaching and sculpting. But some people also know this stuff is like milliput, green stuff. I use Aves because it's you can get big quantities of it for less than the other companies. And it works good. Oh yeah, I saw that sheep. Okay, I think we're good. What I'm looking for is I just want it to be a uniform color. Because you'll see the swirls for a while with the hardener, and you just gotta just keep working it, break it apart, squish it back together, break it apart, squish it back together, until you don't see the hardener anymore. And the bigger you go, the more you gotta mess with it. This is Magular from Ultraman. It was originally a Ranga. Ranga was the base for this. And they use that suit for a lot of things, because initially that's a Baragon. But then they changed the head, Maranga, added some spikes to the back, Magular. It's been used for quite a few outfits. Alright, so I'm going to attach this initial spike, and we'll see. That's way too freaking thick. Swearing is not usually a good thing to do on YouTube, or at least if you're going to swear, you don't want to do it in the first, like, 30 seconds a minute. Unless you're bleeping it. If you're bleeping it, then you can do whatever the heck you want. Because you can have swearing, but the way, if you're going to monetize it, if you're not monetizing it, you can do whatever you want. But if you're getting ad revenue from them, they make you explain how your video is. If it has violence, if it's got swearing, like what's the kind of swearing is in the video. You got to go through the demotions with them. So yeah, we're still really big. There we go. Only thing that sucks about doing wires is it likes to pop out of the freaking clay all the time, and then it gets to be a pain in the butt trying to work it back in. Going good, Atsu. Hope that's how you say that. You can see it rips out. Now I'm trying to fix it. Get it clean. Get that attached. Do the other side real quick. Now, I'll be honest, the name definitely seems very new. Sounds like my dog was in trouble. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I don't even remember that name that well, anyways. Yep, Godzilla's all done. He's just sitting aside to dry. I'll clear coat him later tonight. Hopefully, I'll have him out tomorrow. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a pain. This is all the surface area I'm gonna have to smooth out to get this on. Probably why I don't remember. Unless it's very concurrent. I don't quite remember names. Also, hey, Brooke. I'm gonna go Brooke. Brooke. Oh yeah, that was a hot minute ago. For sure. Yeah, because even like the big gaming channels, like they gotta make sure you're censoring your stuff a lot. You also gotta watch out what games you do. Some games can even get you in trouble. Like shoot, we were streaming Fallout and I got hit with stuff just from doing that. Because I didn't like the The one music I was playing over the radio gave me a fit. So in the pictures, it kind of shows the spikes being a little bit more angled. So that's what I'm kind of working on right now. Is getting these attached. Because they look sort of more like fins. And here's where the trusty little balls come in. Too big. Got really big sculpty balls. Not so big sculpty. This will probably get what I want though. Trying to pack this down a little bit more. Oh, where's my water? There it is. Like I said before, with some of these streams, doing especially these sculpting streams, I kind of, if I get quiet, I'm not really paying attention to the chat. It's just because I'm trying to be quick about this. So I would like to get these set plus some actual spikes on there. Gonna definitely have to fill in the recesses a little bit. And you get problems like that where the wire doesn't want to bend in the right spot, so it's shifting right. For some reason, you're sticking a bunch of clay over top of a hole, and it's still just like, okay, there's still a hole. So I like to get these to where I'm working around my finger. So when I go to smooth them all over real quick. So bad. Well, just like with this one, there's a hole and it doesn't want to close. Kinda like that. I'm just gonna try to smooth this out a bit. Kinda just add some little texturing too to it. Kinda help get into the shape that I'm looking for. That wire just does not want to cooperate with me. That's the hope. Hopefully he's happy. You know, I could probably mess around with that sort of detailing while it's more cured. What I need to be doing right now is really getting in the shape. Not messing around with all that. Figure I would like most at this time. Give me an odd one. uh, but I'm still looking for a real action hero. Ryuka Motoi from Wonderfest with her in the school uniform. It was only available through Wonderfest. There's not that many. Pretty expensive to get a hold of nowadays. It comes up for sale periodically, but it's like I said, it's a pretty rare figure. I figure out. I think I'm just gonna commit to that. So getting distracted. Now I feel bad because I told my wife it was gonna be an hour, and I'm being a little bit more. I think I made too much clay. Also because adding some texturing here for right now. Then I gotta go back over this. To me, it doesn't look like he really has much going on in the middle. I get this the kind of blend and have a bit of texture to it. Smaller ball, I choose you. Try to blend this seam a little bit better together. Oh, don't to me now. Yep. Okay. Jeez, what is going up out there? Because this big spike here is starting to here. Now my big dilemma is this wire keeps wanting to pop out. Twisting. Go. As I see, there we go. It pops back out. Kind of one of those. I just gotta leave it for the best. Smooth out this detailing. I really want to get the same detailing on this other side, but I like the way that looks. It's like it's already starting to cure a bit, so it's like you gotta put in some detailing, and then cure is still gonna be in my favor. Yeah, that one I might just have to commit to it afterwards and just reconcile them. Just got to re-putty this section a little bit. My wire placement is not the best. Just like it's kind of like we were talking about with the scanner, and where the scanner would be really lovely. Areas like this. I got a large surface area to do, but because of the epoxy, I have to try to be quick about this. Finessing with something that I know, kind of like, oh, what do I call it? Like a saying where you keep doing the same thing even though you know it's not going to change the result. Maybe a little bit of this and blend it in over top. Works. Thicken this part a little bit. That looks better. Um, Still planning on adding spiky bits there. A little bit of this. That doesn't even want to attach to its own material. I think most of this I can commit with. Really don't like here. Okay, that's bad. Place not holding in. That guy in the front here. Not trying to hold too much pressure, but just like indenting it a little bit just to give it some texture. The thing I mentioned before, because it's meant to be kind of showy, having a bunch of imperfections kind of works in its favor. Ugh. Where's that wire? There we go. All right, just got this little piece up here. Smooth that out a little bit. A little bit. That. Rawr. How much would you say the stream will be? Oh, longer? I gotta cut it pretty close. So I made all this epoxy. I'm gonna have to just call it good right now. And then next stream will be, I'm probably got to add some bumps over here to even that out. Yeah, I'm digging that. Blake's got a bit of texturing. Still look rough though. I'll leave the back empty, but we'll have to add some more spikes around here. And then, like I said, I'll probably have to do something light along here. And then it'll be pretty much done. Then it'll just be painting and good to go. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this live stream. Find the little chatty talk button while I take off my gloves. You can help us beat those kaijus by hitting the like button, subscribe, become a ranger today. We also got Instagram, Patreon, Pinterest, and Facebook. Keep up to date with the channel and donate. Great. If you guys like to pick up some figures for yourself, link in the description for CowkissToys.com. You can save off your order with code SteveCowkiss at checkout. And they also have free shipping. Now you like to pick up some stateside figures, link in the description for Entertainment Earth. Also really good. They do free shipping if you spend, I think it's over $80. That was the last deal they were doing. But they usually have some kind of free shipping deal going on. Anyways, I will get water all over my laptop. I'll see you guys in the next one.